Hi guys! This is a video that is intended for anyone who wants to learn about these types of microphones, where I will explain about how it works and talk about their advantages and disadvantages. But before we get into it, I want to make sure that you guys have prior understanding on basic electronics, including some electronic components of the microphones. Hopefully, by the end of this video, you will gain broader understanding on each types of microphones. Cool, let's get started. Dynamic microphones, known as moving coils, have a relatively simple construction. It is built with a diaphragm that is attached to the moving coils and suspended in a permanent magnetic field. Their movement creates an electromagnetic induction that generates the acoustic input and turns it into an audio signal. The frequency response suggests a bass roll-off and bright mid-range that is rich for vocal pickup and also great for capturing loud sound sources, for example on guitar amps and snare drums. They have a uniform cardia with polar pattern that isolates sound source and makes a good feedback rejection. This microphone is most famous of being reliable and rugged, fairly inexpensive, and able to tolerate many kinds of weather conditions. That is why dynamic microphone is a go-to mic for outdoor uses. Now let's move on to the next type. Ribbon microphones have a similar principle to dynamic mics. As you can see, their diaphragm is made of an extremely thin foil, which is suspended between two strong magnetic fields. Therefore, a strong gust of wind can easily stretch and might damage it. Proper microphone placement is important to know in order to reduce the chance of blowing it off. To get creative, try using a Bloomline and MS techniques. Have a look at the user manual for further references. The upside of having a thin diaphragm is a bidirectional polar pattern and a frequency response that is rather warm on the mid or lower mid-range. It means they are able to capture more detailed acoustic input with a very natural sounding. Try using this on vocals, overheads, piano or drums, electric or acoustic guitars, and even brass instrument. Condenser microphone is also known as capacitor microphone, where audio signal is captured from the capacitance between two metal plates in close proximity. Both of them is electrically conducting. One is thin, moving diaphragm, and the other one is a solid metal. Some of them are made out of gold-spotted millard. Let's have a deeper look at this mic. What I am trying to show you is that even the diaphragm is small, the thickness and circuity on the diaphragm shows the natural form of a condenser microphone. This mic captures sound waves accurately and in a different way than ribbon mic, which means that it has the widest frequency response and best transient response. It also comes with a built-in multi-pattern settings, like this one. On the downside though, it is usually more expensive and less suitable for live application. It also requires phantom power in order to make a solid signal current due to the little amount of energy that is stored in this capacitor. Condenser microphone is most famous for vocals and usually used to record big orchestra. The small diaphragm is great as a stereo pair for room mic or even on a single instrument. Great! Now let us recap all the stuff that we just talked about. Dynamic microphones are weather resistant, fairly inexpensive, reliable and rugged, great for loud sound sources like snare drums or guitar amps. Ribbon microphones are very delicate, able to capture natural acoustic input, great for overheads or single instrument, for vocals or for brass instrument. Condenser microphones need phantom power. It is usually more expensive but really great to record vocals, acoustic instrument, and even orchestra. That's it! This is the end of the video. Down by the description box, I provided some links for those who are keen to get more information about these microphones. Thank you for tuning in. Bye guys!